In just a few moments, we go over to ITN for the latest world news, and that'll be followed by the TVS news.
Until December the 18th, there's 10% off every new gas fire at British Gas. 10% off this one, and this one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and those. There's never been a better time to get a new gas fire. They're economical, so they conserve fuel and save you money. How's that for a low price? 10% off every new gas fire at your British Gas showroom.
Well, I love Tuffy very much. Now, whether Tuffy loves me or loves me because I give him whiskers, I don't know. With whiskers, it's all solid with that lovely jelly that Tuffy just loves. It's very firm, very meaty. Tuffy is 16. He's 16 years of age. He would say, I'm perfectly happy and healthy on whiskers and don't ever think about changing it. But no way would I.
Whiskers Supermeat. In tests, 8 out of 10 owners who expressed a preference said their cats preferred it.
Will it be chips or jacket spuds? Will it be salad or frozen peas?
Will it be mushrooms, fried onion rings?
You'll have to wait and see.
Bird's Eye introduced Steakhouse Grills. Pure ground beef you cook like a steak and serve like a steak. What will you give your old man with his Steakhouse Grill?
Oh, it's chips, it's chips. We hope it's chips, it's chips.
New Bird's Eye Steakhouse Grills. A supper worth singing for.
My name is Bond. Brook Bond.
We was expecting you, Mr. Bond.
Tea and crumpet, and a message from London Brook.
We must all safeguard the secret that ensures that nothing beats the taste of PG tips.
Look, Brook, he's got a gun.
Hand over the secret, Bond.
Hold that.
It's off to the British.
That porter chappie got ideas above his station.
On Midweek Sports Special tonight, European Cup football as we follow the European champions Aston Villa against Dinamo Bucharest of Romania and Celtic against the Spanish champions Real Sociedad. All this on a night when Spurs have an unhappy time in the fog in Munich. There's explosive boxing with Marvin Hagler in knockout form and ice hockey in the Carlsberg Cup. There's a full roundup of all the night's sports news. There's some great action coming your way immediately after news at 10.
And now we go over to ITN for the latest world news, the time 10 o'clock.
The Queen's speech, no bill on the unions yet. President Reagan says he's won the midterm elections. Must Ireland's Prime Minister campaign again after tomorrow? The seal cull the fishermen like and others hate. And the siege at Turkey's consulate in Cologne. Good evening. The Prime Minister, Mrs. Thatcher, kept her options open for a general election any time she wants next year. And she did not put into the Queen's speech at the state opening of Parliament today any commitment to a bill to reform trade union elections. The ceremony ran late. The household cavalry, as usual, led the way from the palace, but unusually for the Queen, they were nearly 3 minutes late. She rode in the Irish state coach with the Prince and Princess of Wales with a wave to the last November tourists. And Princess Diana, wearing the Spencer diadem, smiled on a grey-white hall. At the Lords, at the Victoria Tower, the Queen disembarked safely and got a progress report from the Lord Great Chamberlain. The yeomen of the guard had already swept the building looking for Guy Fawkes and barrels of gunpowder. The verdict? All clear. In the Parliament House, the Lords Temporal and Spiritual, and the judges, and the peeresses and ambassadors of the court gossiped agreeably. Princess Margaret and the Duchess of Gloucester chatted to the Duchess of Buccleuch, and the judges in their robes squeezed together on the woolsacks. The Archbishop of Canterbury chatted on the spiritual side. And in the diplomat's box, the United States ambassador, Mr. John Louis, and in front of him, with the Arabs, the Soviet ambassador, a little pensive. Then, wearing the imperial state crown with the Black Prince's ruby and the second star of Africa, the Queen advanced in procession down the Royal Gallery. In front, the Lord High Chancellor, the Lord Great Chamberlain, the Earl Marshal. The pages helped her to her solitary throne. And Black Rod went to summon the Commons under the statues of Churchill and Lloyd George in the lobby, and as usual, the door was shut in his face. The Speaker, Mrs. Thatcher and Mr. Foote, and Mr. Whitelaw and Mr. Healy, and the others followed on to the Lords. The main emphasis of the gracious speech, the economy.
My government are deeply aware of the anxieties and distress caused by unemployment. Their economic and other policies will be determined by the need to secure a sustainable growth in output, and thus a lasting reduction in the numbers out of work. This will require the achievement of a continuing fall in the rate of inflation. My government will maintain the monetary and fiscal policies necessary to achieve these ends, including continued restraint in public spending.
The Queen's speech included plans for 16 bills, especially to denationalise British Telecom and encourage private money in the shipyards. The government will push ahead with cable television, but many of the other bills were minor. Here's our political editor, Glyn Mathias.
This is the last full session of this Parliament. Even if the election doesn't come until the spring of 1984, there won't be time for another full year of legislation. Many MPs believe the election will come before that, of course, and the Prime Minister did some teasing about the polling date.